We might want to check this out.
Warsat Radio episode 15. We've been away, but
Yes,
we haven't been forgetting about you guys. With the wonderful world of podcasting about Destiny, life has just been straight up mean to us. But we hope you are looking for us because we're looking for you.
Yep.
I'm your host, Cobra, and I'm with Eclipse.
What's going on?
And we're together, non-homosexually, recording on the same mic.
On the same couch.
So we call it a live show, but really only for us.
Yeah.
When you hear this, it'll be semi-live. But anyway, so a lot of things have been going down in Destiny Town.
Yes.
And we wanted to start back with the Year 2 update, but we forgot we already done that. And then we're going to move into our first raid chance. We can start with that.
Yeah, it was, God, it was fun.
Very different.
It was different. It was very mechanically different from anything we've experienced.
Now, this is 2 weeks ago when it came out.
Yeah.
We have yet to finish Orcs.
Yep.
We get him to half damage, and we just can't pull it through. I don't know what's stopping us, but the rest of the raid, I remember thinking my first impression, too puzzly.
You thought so? I loved it.
Yours is quite different.
I loved it.
But I know puzzles are what gets us to figure it out and do it, and it's fun, just like this whole sleeper simulant puzzle deal. But you know, I like the thought put into it, but I don't like having to jump or having to pull off all these little triggers and do this.
Yeah, we know you don't like having to jump.
Because the first time I did Vault of Glass, it took me 45 minutes to jump on two things.
Yes, it did.
But I've long since moved past it. I can do it in one. Yeah, but the whole thing for me was just, you get in with a puzzle, you go do some puzzles, and I know the boss fights are like that, but that was the first impression. But I'm ready to go back and do it again, and I think I've kind of calmed down about that. So
yeah.
My first impression of the raid, good, but I haven't finished it. But looking back, I think it's pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's very good.
What's your favorite part that you have done?
I mean, I've done it all. We just have not completely defeated Oryx. We had him, with one group I was in, we had him to 5%. And just did not stagger him. And that sucked. That sucked a lot. But we could never get him back down either. And I keep running out of time because I'm trying it late at night instead of during the day.
We do start late.
Favorite part is probably, I like the Golgoroth fight.
And everyone says that's so hard.
It's not that hard.
I think that's the easiest part.
It's not that hard. It is a mechanical fight. I think the way we do it, we might have to change up when the heroic mode comes out. But I think the way we did it was extremely easy. And having one person pull the gaze and then us jumping out of the pit. Instead of having two people juggle the gaze.
Is that what we did the first time?
That's what...
We half-pugged it.
Yeah, it was a half pug.
And the guy was this young kid. No offense to young kids, but this guy was really talkative, and he had the strategy.
He was very talkative, but he was very smart with it too.
Yeah.
And it was one of those of, oh, you're getting annoying, but you know what the hell you're talking about, and you're kind of funny, so it made it worth staying in there. But yeah, I mean, it was okay. I didn't mind it. I've been in a lot worse groups than that.
Yeah. I know Triple D did not like that.
Yeah, well, he's his own, you know.
He's his own boss.
He's his own
pun
boss.
intended. The Golgoroth fight, the Golgoroth strategy he had was very busy. And then,
are you talking about the juggling two gazes?
Is that what he was doing?
I don't know what he was doing exactly.
I was learning it for the first time, so I'm going back and trying to remember it.
What we ended up doing was we had one person pull the gaze while everybody jumped down in the pit, except that one person.
You know, if you go to San Francisco, you can pull a lot of gaze.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Gaze with a Z, not Y.
Oh.
We all five would jump down in the pit, damage, and hop out. Kill ads, rinse and repeat.
Ammo drops, yes.
What I think you're supposed to do is two people juggle the gaze. At the end of the 20 seconds, the person on the opposite side of the room shoots his back, he switches gazes. We stay down in the pit the entire time. You don't have to worry about ads. And you just roll on with it. You know, you keep rolling. The reason I think that heroic mode's going to switch up is you know how you can only have 6 deaths total in that entire fight between your entire team. What if when you drop the gaze that tablet starts to fill up
Interesting.
when you drop that gaze?
Interesting.
Zzz.
Well, okay. Question about staying down there, and you say you don't have to worry about ads. Shouldn't the left and right sides ads still come out and be shooting you?
No, the ads that spawn in the back don't come out until you drop his gaze.
Okay.
That's when we would hop out of the pit because that's when he slams, and the acolytes would spawn in the back and start rushing forward. Now you still have to worry about thralls down in the bottom, but you don't have to worry about the acolytes rushing you down those 2 hallways. But that fight was probably one of the most fun for me.
And probably,
the witches was very easy.
I don't
The
even,
daughters.
That was
The daughters were very easy.
my favorite part of the raid was I don't know what you call the area because I'm so fresh to it. Whenever you switch to the circle to the center,
Yeah,
What do
right
we call
before the
that?
war priest.
yeah. What do they call that?
I
part?
don't know what it's called. I can't remember what it's called, but it's where you
I like to call it leapfrog.
have to grab the Death Singer's aura, or
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called. Death Singer's power is what you have, and then you have to go up and stand in that middle, and it charges the runes on the side of the door, and each side has to do it for a total of 10 cycles.
A bit repetitive, a bit.
It was a little
tedious,
long,
but our first time learning and getting that
Yeah.
timing right.
yes, and now I think it would go much quicker, especially with other people knowing what they're doing, us knowing what we're doing. You know, it's kind of us 3 could, and we didn't really at that time. Us 3 can hop on one side, and we're not trying to call out somebody's gamer tag we don't know right off the top of our head. We can, we know if you're up there and you're supposed to come back and I'm supposed to leave, it's all right, Chris, your turn to go.
Yeah.
Because I think that helped us on that side that we were on, because it was Triple D on the opposite side as we are.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I think that fight will go a lot quicker now, being not our first time through.
I certainly enjoyed that part the most. Now, my level of understanding of this raid, you guys are very patient. You guys have been reading
Yeah.
how-tos, and I've kind of
You
just
haven't read
glanced
shit.
over them, and I'm like, lost the entire
That
time.
first night we did it showed me that we could never go into a raid blind. Because I feel like you would get so pissed off.
Well, the only thing for me, because, okay, so let's go with, what was the most stressful part for me? I guess Oryx. I guess it would say Oryx, or the sisters even.
The sisters was very easy.
I get the principle, but I'm in one location.
Yeah.
I'm just doing one thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn where the person starts,
Right.
what platform, whatever.
Right.
Where are you jumping to? I'm looking forward. I'm not seeing the area you're going or
Yeah.
going to be going. That was what was frustrating for me, and I was like, what in the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
But then Oryx, I was just an ad killer
Yeah.
for the same reason you guys knew the mechanics better than I did.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, everything would be, here's what you do, but I'm like, well, in reference to what? I guess I try to understand a little more deeply, but
Yeah.
that would be a challenge trying to figure things out.
Yeah. See, to me, with it being done in whatever, I think it was like 6.5 hours the first time.
Jeez.
I don't see you being able to sit there and figure this stuff. And maybe if you're going through in the process, it would be different. But if we catch on to something and you don't catch on to something, you get frustrated.
Because I'm trying to understand your role and I'm doing my own. That's the deal.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think you're trying to learn it 6 people roll at once when you just need to learn yours and then figure out the rest.
That does happen, yes. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
I still like the part where you get the little ball thing and you jump around. Have no idea where that starts or what you're looking at because I'm looking at ogres and trying to find those. So I know what you're doing, but I have no idea how you start.
Okay,
no
so
idea
here's
where
how
you
it
start.
goes. Are we talking orcs or are we talking daughters?
Go with daughters.
Okay. So the relic will spawn above a podium, whatever you want to call it, that you're standing on. You got 4 podiums in that area.
Yep.
Minus the 2 really tall ones where the daughters are.
Yep.
So you got 4 podiums. The relic starts at 1. During the daughters, you're randomly chosen, whoever's taken, which is kind of nice because that means within a few weeks, unless you're extremely lucky or unlucky, whichever way you look at it, you're going to have run that relic in the daughters, and you're going to know what to do, which is really nice because there's one person doing that job, and it's random. So if you wipe a few times, more than likely, you have 6 people in your fire team are going to know how to do it by the end of that raid. But you start at that one podium where it's at, and it goes in a counterclockwise direction. You have to jump on the podiums in order, starting where it is above you. So if it spawns, I'm sorry, take that back. You start one in front of it. So if it spawns right front, which I think I don't know how everybody calls it out, but the people we've been in raids with, right front is where orc spawns.
Yep.
So, and it's not so much for daughters as it is orcs, that it's a little, it's always switching around a little more. Because daughters is really, you're in there for 4 cycles and you're done. Well, I guess orcs is 4 cycles too. But if the orb or relic starts in the right front, your plate you're jumping on is the left front. That is the first place to start. So you start one ahead in a counterclockwise order, and you jump in order. So your left front would go, your left rear would go, your right front or right rear would go.
And these are people getting on the podium?
These are people jumping on the podiums in order, and then supposed to the 4th person jump on last. You don't have to because it builds the platforms all the way up to it. So that 4th person can run around and kill ads with the other person that's on the ground, and then your other, whoever's randomly chosen is running.
Right.
And what you do, did you ever get taken? Have you done that yet?
Only when we'd all die, and I was the last one left.
What you're doing is, as you're taken, your screen turns all white and black and real faded, and it's actually kind of hard to see.
Yeah.
But you jump on these platforms. So you're parkouring all the way up to this relic. During the daughters fight, you grab the relic and you slam it in the one that is not singing, I think. I've only done it one time. I don't remember. There's one that's singing, one that's not singing. And I think you're slamming it in the one that is not singing. You're slamming it in the one that's kind of being calm. You slam it there, take her bubble down. It gives you that aura where you cannot be damaged at all. You take no damage whatsoever inside that aura. So you stand there and you shoot her. And then you repeat.
Yeah.
I think it can easily be done in, you kill the wizard. You kill one of the daughters, and then the second time you have to kill her, but I think it can easily be done in 2 cycles. Especially with a little bit stronger fire team, up in the 300s a little better.
You've just reminded me of how little I've had to play, and I'm going to be coming in not knowing what I'm doing. People are going to start remembering what they're doing because they've been playing it multiple times, and I'll be that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to drop this guy. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Well,
Not
that's why we're always fire. One of us will be fire team leader.
Not that I'm always the one who doesn't want to learn. I'm not like the Triple D relic situation here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pick it up.
Yeah.
I love to learn, but the time to learn and then trial and error time for a group who may not be around me a lot and understand and be calm.
Yeah.
You get those people who just want to get it done. I can already tell I'm behind the 8 ball.
You are behind the 8 ball.
I get the principle, but I'm very visual.
Now for orcs, what you need to do is you need to switch up and not just kill ads. You need to stand on a podium, and you'll learn that. You'll learn that order extremely quick because you have to.
I've got my ogre killing down to a science, but I'm
Yeah.
like, what are these guys doing on these
Yeah.
podiums?
So for orcs, the only difference is it's the same mechanics, except you got ogres that pop up that drop a corrupted light, and you don't randomly get chosen to run the relic. Or to run up to the relic. It's the first person that spawns. It's where he slams his fist down.
Right.
It will pop up a taken dimension that you run through. So if you're running, or if you're holding a plate, if you're on that first plate where that taken dimension is, you have to make sure your runner jumps up first. And then you have to go in order. If you don't go in order, it screws up how the plates spawn and you can't make the jumps. We learned that. I mean, you learn that extremely quick because there was times where one time I jumped up too early, and then another time where it just glitched out, and it literally, the guy landed, I got taken, and I was just, I'm at the point to where a Titan makes that jump so trivial.
That's
it's
funny.
so easy to jump as a Titan because the increased control, you can mess up and correct yourself and still be perfectly fine. And just keep on rolling with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think a Hunter is pretty easy. I think a Warlock is just a little slower to do it with, but it's easy to get once you do it a couple times.
I can just feel how behind I am right now. I need to go.
Well, that's because we haven't done it. I have attempted a lot more than you have, and than Devin has, but we need to go in and do the entire thing. I still want to go finish it and get my touch of malice, but
we were talking about this. The whole hype about all the other raids were the drops.
yeah,
This is not. I haven't heard a lot of raid drop talk.
there hasn't. I mean,
Is it not great? I know
from
they
what
said.
I hear, the scout rifle is good, the pulse rifle is good, the sniper rifle is good, and the heavy machine gun's good. Everything else is meh.
I've heard talk on, might have been Twitter or just browsing pages of referred talk about Bungie made the mistake of making the Vault of Glass weapons too good, or that's what you want. But I kind of feel that should be a point of going through the raid.
Yeah,
the most challenging
I
part.
I agree,
PvE.
but I don't know if they need to be as good as Vault of Glass weapons were. But then again, we haven't seen the heroic mode yet either, so the heroic mode guns may be better, and it may just be that they just add an element to the primaries that we don't have at this time. But right now, I mean, we're doing normal mode and getting every single gun to drop, which is something they've never done before.
True. What did you get out of your first run? We all got one or two pieces.
All I got was chest. Or not chest, but arms.
No
That's
weapons.
the only thing I've gotten. We did not defeat Orcs first run. I did not get any kind of weapon. I didn't get the ghost. I didn't get the mark. So yeah, I got a bunch of moldering shards.
I got the boots first. Well, I've only done it one time.
Yeah.
The boots and the fusion rifle.
Yeah.
And I can say once, I know it's the same theme of corrupted darkness, hive stuff.
Bony.
The
I mean, the Titan one looks kind of cool because when you're sitting down and you got your leg, your knees are bent, and you're sitting there, it looks like you got these humongous trap muscles. The way your shoulders, because they fold up and they like connect. You have no neck, like it goes straight up to the top of your head.
Well, my boots are normal looking. I wasn't even thinking of armor. I was thinking of the guns.
Yeah.
Where everything was bony and spiny.
Yeah.
From Crota, but now this is more bony and got teeth in a lot of the stuff.
I think it's cool looking.
I think it's kind of ridiculous where it seems. I don't want to say it's lazy. I don't want to say lazy, but think of Vault of Glass ship when it came to what was the freaking Crota's strike called or raid called?
Crota's End.
Crota's End. Crota's End was recycled ships.
Yeah,
with
the ship
spines.
just had the spine on it. It was the exact same ship.
So it reminds me of that. Here's the same Crota's End stuff, but then they're different
the
design.
gear looks
but
completely different.
It does.
The gear looks different. The weapons look a lot different.
Okay, I get the theme,
Yeah.
but I'm ready for some like Cabal or regular human weapons like we're getting out of the foundries.
Yeah.
But that's just a visual nitpick.
Yeah.
It looks like I've got a horse jaw on my plasma or fusion rifle, and it's like,
Well, the good thing is that's the new infusion system.
That's true. I can
You
slap that.
can look however you want to look, which is kind of nice. You don't have to have that raid gear that, the Crota's End raid gear wasn't that good looking compared to Vault of Glass. Definitely wasn't that good compared to Vault of Glass.
No.
But it looked a little better than the Prison of Elders stuff.
I know they got to vary it for the theme.
Yeah.
But I can only imagine what the Cabal stuff will be if we have a Cabal
it'll be
raid.
huge.
Huge and
Titans
mechanical.
will be humongous.
Man, could you imagine getting that gigantic turret on your back like one of the Shield Brothers?
That'd be awesome.
Can I walk around behind you just to look at it?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I enjoyed the raid so far. A little puzzly, like I said, but I'm sure I'll just work my way into it because it's new and it's fresh on my mind.
Right. What'd you think about the jumping puzzle?
Wasn't that bad. It was kind of neat, though.
Did it give you nightmares at first?
I wasn't scared.
It was humongous.
Just pay attention, you can do it.
Yeah. The size of it, though.
I hear there's a ghost shell around there. Or a fragment, rather.
A
Around
calcified fragment?
somewhere around
We
the
found
jumping.
all of those.
Maybe I got it, I don't remember. Is it past?
Yeah. It's
After
somewhere.
you jump.
I don't remember where the hell they're at, but we got all 5 of them the first night we went through.
Just a random thought.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I like how you jump across the ships and You can't really tell. You got to judge trajectory and speed and all that.
Yeah.
That gave me.
And
some...
you have to. There's one there that you really have to hold out for, and wait to the very last second to jump. Otherwise, you're not gonna make it.
I was thinking about that yesterday. I was like, if I go back in this thing, people have been practicing a lot more. Just like the rest of the fights, I'll be the guy going. Hold on.
Shit! The pendulums that swung back and forth. I was like, oh, this is gonna be easy. Dead. Dead. I'm like, oh my god! And then you just kind of slow down a little bit and make the jumps very easily, but. To try to speed across those swinging pendulum jumps, they take a little more or they give you a little more momentum than you would think they would at first.
You can definitely feel their weight. You can see like they look slow. They don't look mechanical. They look like it looks like real physics.
Yeah,
I've noticed that when I was going across.
When you're getting into one, if you're swinging, if one's, if you catch them right in the middle, it's very easy to make the jump. But if you get one that's gone a little bit faster and going a little bit out, you will misjudge that jump very easily.
You'll be blown away.
Yeah, and you fall right off the side.
So the raid stuff is great. Ready to get back in and get some more drops.
Yes,
I want to fulfill my raiding destiny of having all the pun intended, all these things coming off the raid, so I can be geared up. What's your light right now?
300.
I'm stuck at 299.
I was stuck at 299 for a while.
So
I got lucky and found. Boots, I think, was what was holding me back for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
But everything I get now, speaking of which, that's a segue. Everything I get now is, if I decrypt it on my Titan, it's pretty much pointless. I'm up above, my arms are above 300. My helmet is a couple points shy, and I think my chest and feet are, just a few points behind that. So what I've started doing in this whole maximizing light thing that I think we talked about last time, if not, I know most people should know how to do it. It's make sure you always put your highest light level stuff on to decrypt your engrams.
Which Triple D says is false. That's not real.
He's stupid. If you're listening to this, Devin, you're stupid. We still like you. But you're wrong. And I got proof for that. I started transferring armor to my other two characters to let them decrypt it. Now, at the time, I will also carry over my guns and my ghost shell, since I've only been blessed with one ghost shell that is up in the 290s. But with my guns, I got a 299, a 308, and a 310. So that almost maxes those three categories out. So I will transfer my guns over to that character. I will transfer the ghost shell, and I will go decrypt the engrams, still putting it at the highest light level possible. At first, when I did this with my warlock, with everything he had on it, I was maybe a 220-ish something, maybe not that high. Never touched the story, haven't done the first mission other than getting the super. Transfer all that stuff over, it jumps you up to whatever, 240, 250.
I thought you started like 190. Oh, if you haven't touched anything, 190.
No, you start 170 with year one stuff.
I don't remember.
Yeah, well, we kind of blew through that real quick. But I had, we got the purple, or the exotic, or not exotic, but legendary class item that's a 220, the little things here and there that help boost you up. But I started at 250. I decrypt an engram. Automatically, first one I decrypt, 260, 270.
Oh, wow.
Right away.
Ah.
So then you get, I started playing around with my exotics to, max that light level out. Jumped my warlock without ever touching this first story mission up to, I'm a 285 with him. With my guns carried over. Other than that, I haven't done anything to him. One time I forgot to carry something over and I accidentally decrypted it, and I was at a 280 something, or I could be at a 280 something, but I was back down in the 250s or 240s with having just regular guns on. Stuff decrypted at 240, 250. Pointless.
There you go.
So what I'll do is I will transfer my armor over to different characters. I got a really lucky dead orbit chest piece on my hunter that's up to 293.
Wow.
Boots on both of my characters are up in the 280s or 90s. So I got a couple lucky drops right there. But if I don't need it on that character, I'll keep it on the Titan because I'm a little bit higher, so it gives it better infusion gear. Any gun I get, I will decrypt on my Titan because I'm 300. It doesn't make sense to transfer a gun to a lower light level character. So it's a little more long process drawn out of, maximizing that light level to start picking out to transfer certain gear one place and keep it one place. But it's worked for me without, bringing my alts up to my hunter's raid level. I mean, I could run the raid with my hunter.
Well, how full is your vault?
Oh, pretty full.
Mine's completely full, minus general.
I've still got a lot of year one stuff though that I haven't got rid of yet.
I've got a ton because I don't know what's going to happen with it.
Yeah,
I mean,
we keep getting these. Like I just now this week will be able to unlock the exotic primaries for the gunsmith for the warlock and hunter. So I know I've held on to hand cannons and scout rifles on purpose.
Yeah.
Because I know I was going to have to break those down, but like. With the Sleeper Stimulant quest yesterday, where you had to break down a heavy that was legendary or higher. I had one I could break down if I wanted to, but, here's year one Dreamwaker or Weaker or Weaver or whatever it was. The Queen's rocket launcher that...
Dreamwanker.
Well, the Dream... Yeah. That I don't need, I'm never going to use, so break it down. There's your weapon core or whatever it was that you needed for that part of that quest.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's kind of nice to hold on to some of those things. I'm not going to delete exotics that don't get carried over until they get carried over, but everything else will eventually get deleted out of my vault. And that's sad to say for my Fatebringer, but it's going to end up going away.
When I was hearing you talk about, hey, transfer your Ingrams over to your other character to start getting their level up.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'll start doing that, but it's full everywhere I go, and I have too much crap. I don't know what to do with it.
We have talked time and time again, and I know you use it, Tower Ghost.
I'm not saying to pull it out. I'm just saying I got a bunch of crap I don't know what to do with.
Well, dismantle one thing, and you've got room to transfer stuff around.
One thing, I've got one spot.
I know, but that's all you need to transfer.
But if I come back from a journey... And I've got eight.
They transfer one at a time.
That's
with Tower Ghost.
That's a lot of work.
No, it's not.
Yes,
Tower Ghost does it. If you double click on Tower Ghost,
okay,
and it will automatically pull up a menu at the bottom to allow you to transfer.
Oh, you're saying move from vault to character?
Things, yes.
Okay.
Put it straight on your character. Don't stick it in your vault.
I thought you were talking about vault. I got you.
No. What's the point of putting it in your vault if you're going to transfer everything to your character and then?
That's why I said it was like take a lot.
Yeah,
of time.
no. Don't put it in your vault. Don't keep it in your vault. Keep stuff in your vault that you're going to use to infuse or stuff that you if you're going to use.
I haven't turned Tower Ghost on since year one.
Yeah, it didn't work for a little while in year two, but it's got the bugs worked out of it now, I think.
All this weapon talk and armor talk had me thinking back what we were going to record about last week. The spindle came back around again.
Yes, it did.
And I finally got a hold of mine.
Yeah, and I gave up on you again.
You guys went ahead and helped. Wait, did Triple D get it before I did?
Devin, he laid out of work that day. And me and him ended up getting it first run.
That's what it was.
That morning, and it was just so easy. So I figured, yeah, I mean, we got this now, Chris. Let's get on in here. We both done it. We know exactly what to do. We did it first run this morning, and we tried, 3 or 4 times? And it got to the point to where we both had to go to work, or we all three had to go to work, really.
The quote was, go LFG, man, you'll find somebody.
Yeah.
I guess I'm a bad omen.
It was like, Chris, go find somebody. I really can't do this anymore. I'm getting so pissed off at it. I'm getting frustrated. I'm playing worse. And I really was. I was getting pissed off at dying and getting blinded. So I would try to run out and kill them and then die again. And it wasn't working for me.
It's a handful. So I ended up getting LSG'd up with some people, and wow, were they some damage dealers. Every ad was just taken care of, and I learned that whole thing is about ad management. And
I just don't know what we did different. I don't get it.
I feel like, I always say being too aggressive makes us get in trouble.
Yeah.
I think these guys were just aggressive enough for it.
Yeah.
But just one guy had an exotic sword too.
That helps.
That helps a lot.
That helps. Was it the arc one or was it do you remember?
He had the one you have, the solar one.
Okay.
But I noticed what we did when we get to that first room where Tankus retreats after you go up the shaft,
yeah.
and he goes in that first room when you meet him and the timer starts.
Yeah. They
were to the back of the room. They didn't stay back and pick people off. They were just engaging everybody.
when me and Devin ran it with that guy that morning, we rushed that room, and we were out of that room in 50 seconds.
That's kind of what happened there.
It was supers popped, blast through, sword at the end, done, and out the room. We took a little longer in the second room where the walker is, where that walker tank drops in the strike. But we still entered in that final boss room with 6.5, 7 minutes to go.
That's about where we were, about 7 minutes. And I noticed whenever we got to the boss, what would happen is everybody would rush to him and sword instead of sniping or...
Well, we tried that. We tried that strategy.
But you guys did it that way, didn't you?
No.
Well, for us, no, but I thought it did for you when you did it.
We stayed back and sniped. I sorted at the end.
Okay.
Because my dumbass accidentally rolled over the special weapon synth right at the very beginning of that room, and I didn't have any heavy ammo the entire time until about 1 minute left when I popped that synth, and we were killing ads, and that really it saved us because we would not have killed everything in that room without a sword.
Yeah.
We just did not have by the time it was done, if we would have had no heavy ammo, or if I would have had no heavy ammo, because I think I was the only one running a sword, we would have wiped and not completed it.
Our strategy for that end was, we tried it three times. Yeah, 3 times, and it ended up being the best thing was the Titan would bubble on top of Tankus.
Not Tankus.
Draxus, rather.
Or whatever.
Draxus is who we raped on the exotic.
Yeah, but this guy started with a D, but it wasn't Tankus. Drixus or something.
Well, the Tankus Strike is what I'm thinking about.
The Taken Draxus.
There we go. So our Titan would go bubble on top of him with weapons?
Probably.
And we'd sword. But what would happen is the boss would roll around so much we'd fall off the side, we'd jump into ads, and it would become a wipe fest. So after the second time of that, we said, okay, next time we start over, what's going to happen was we all sword. When someone dies, wait for the other two to die as they're continuing to do their damage they can do, and we go back out again at the same time without having a bubble. But when I had a super, I would go clear ads on the way, and that would help a lot too because there's less stuff shooting. I don't know. Everyone's tactic is different, but tactic is different, but that worked for us. So after doing that, and whittling them down, we have like a minute and a half left, and then we'd start killing ads. And man, those ads are relentless.
Yes.
And the problem is, go after the big ones first. The little ones are easy to kill.
Yeah. So then the scions multiply like rabbits.
Well, what happened? The shielded knights were just taking too long, and we getting shot at by scions.
Yeah.
Or is he a taken cabal on the back? The Arc cabal on the back.
Yeah, they're not. They're Centurions.
Oh, was it? I thought it was a cabal.
That's
a cabal. Yeah. So they were taking...
ones that shoot the little bubbles that fly through the air at you.
There we go. They were taking us out with those things, and we didn't worry about the blinding bubble too much because there's so much ad crap.
Yeah.
And we were on his face, and he didn't get to shoot those bubbles at us. But we'd have a couple of supers charged and work on the big guys, the ultras, or I guess they'd be majors. And then after that, I had like a super for the last 15 seconds. I just ran around the room, lightning everybody.
That's good. It's so exhilarating to finally get it.
It was. If you don't
at the very end. I mean, your heart is racing. Because it cuts it close. For us, it cut it close.
And the amount of times tried, that builds it up too.
Yeah.
So if you don't have it yet, what I say be aggressive on the boss. Then whenever he's down, go after your majors. Yeah. The knights and the cabal.
And then worry about your other trash.
And then the little dudes, because like you said, the signs
they
multiply, and they're going to keep shooting you, and they're going to waste your time.
Yeah.
And that helped. Once the majors are gone, then you just sweep them up.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what we did. So I got that. And I got the ship too. You didn't get the ship.
No, I have not gotten the ship. Devin got the ship. You got the ship.
Once again, it's a recycled ship.
But it doesn't matter. It's freaking cool looking.
It's cool looking, but I wish they would use different elements instead of copied elements.
But I don't care.
I just think
it looks different. That's different enough for me.
It's black and it has a light on
it. They're going to run out of ideas if you want something different every single time and something new.
I disagree.
They will run out of ideas.
I disagree.
Okay, they'll run out of memory.
No, I might agree. Oh shit! Our mic is wobbling. What was the next topic I was going to think about going to? Is it time for Sleeper Cell, or is it something else we've missed? Because we're backtracking here.
Yeah, we are.
You guys have heard most of everything that's been going on. We'll let those other big news sites take care of that.
Yeah, the Sleeper.
We'll
You
try
don't
not to
like
admit
it. You were a little salty about it.
Okay, let me go back some. I got the collector's edition for the game.
Yep.
And there's a bunch of secrets in that, which
Yep.
I'm not 100% sure if everything's found out.
All for emblems?
I don't Reddit at all or anything.
Yes,
But
you do.
well,
I've turned you into a Redditor.
let me say it this way. I read it, but I did not go after Reddit to discover what this map was about. But the backside of it is a blueprint for Sleeper Simulant. Sleeper Simulant.
Yep.
And people...
No, they had the poster for Sleeper in there.
That was in the background.
The backside of the map was the...
They say it comes with the
coordinates.
weapon blueprint. Well, okay.
The weapon blueprint is the thing where it's exploded apart and you see like an exploded view.
Well, I think that's the backside.
The map, well, that's not the backside. The map
Now
was...
we're picking straws here. Or Nick.
No, we're not. The map was, you hold up... What was on the front side of that thing?
It's Sleeper Simulant and the map on the back.
Was it a map on the back? Okay, well, shit, I'm wrong.
All the letters in the...
Yes,
the
and
nautical...
the dial.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, sorry, I was wrong.
I held it up in the air in the light, and I just looked at all this stuff and like, oh, this is secretive, it's cool. And then I discover, you point out to me, the subreddit dedicated the entire search for the Sleeper Simulant.
Yeah, they had their own subreddit.
And I was like, wow, that's a lot of information. And as you guys may know by listening, I don't read a whole lot about news due to time. And there's so much of it I can't keep up with all. I started getting more and more intrigued by what could possibly be this way to find this gun.
The search
for it. And I started reading it this past weekend, and I thought about it the entire... I drove to my dad's. He lives in Virginia. It's about a 2-hour drive. So I had nothing to do but listen to podcasts about Destiny, because I listened to them all.
Yep.
And think about this stuff. And I kind of Googled a little bit while I was driving. Don't tell my wife. And I was reading all this stuff.
Or
like
the cops.
Yeah, don't tell the cops. It's like, this is actually pretty interesting. This gun we've got to discover, and there's all these clues and the grimoire and the lore behind it. This is kind of cool. It's that whole secretive factor or puzzle factor. Not puzzle factor. You just don't know. I guess the secret factor, like when we came across the chest and the dreadnought. It's like, wow, look what they've done.
The mystery behind it.
The mystery, that's the word. So I read it the entire weekend, and I was like looking at the word, sleeper, simulant.
Yes,
what does
you
that
were
mean?
sending us definition
I was like,
of sleeper and definition of simulant.
I was deep.
And I was like, Chris, where are you trying to go with this?
I don't know.
And you were like, just they're close related. I'm like, Chris, if this hasn't been found already, it's time locked. I said, we will get this eventually.
Right.
It has not been found. It's done. There's nothing we're going to find to allow this.
Okay, okay. Let me think.
All right.
I gather my huge thoughts on this.
Okay.
I agree. But then I said, there's so much information they give us. There's got to be something we can do. Because the whole thing was trigger a memory with the gunsmith.
Yep.
Banshee, right?
Yep.
That's what everyone kept saying. And on that subreddit, there was like step one.
How do we trigger a memory? How do we, how do we go find this music that's playing?
I read through all these steps that built up. And then like, okay, I'm moving to the subreddits with this guy who started it saying, I'm like, there's so much crap. And people were picking out lines and code, which ended up being last night seeing half of those things, the Warsats.
Yep.
It's cool that we found it, but I don't like how we found it. So
you don't like the fact that they just turned on a switch and allowed us to access the quest.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because all that time that people put thought into it.
Here's a way to look at it. We are the 1%ers.
Meaning?
We dedicate the most time out of the general community of the game, along with everybody else on the damn Reddit.
Right.
Because in all honesty, 95% of people on Reddit are in that 1% category.
I 100% agree with that.
We are 290 plus for the most part. We have raided. We have done everything. We have 3 characters. We do this. We do that. We are that 1%.
Right.
We are that exception. We get stuff faster than the general public in the game.
Real quick, didn't we call ourselves core players 2 shows ago?
Yes, but I've come to realize we are the 1%ers.
I guess there's levels of hardcore. I digress. Go ahead.
Yeah. I have tripped the quadruple digits in hours. So yeah, I think my tier just went up. I graduated to tier 3. We're going to find out things a lot faster than other people. So look at this quest, at how it happened. The very first thing was the fusion rifle drops. Those came very quick.
Very quick.
Very quick, and we're done. So you're kind of gonna forget about this thing if you take yourself out of this sleeper simulant search mode that you're in, and put yourself into
casual play twice a week.
Casual play, a couple times a week here or there. Got a character around 240, 250, because that's pretty easy to hit.
I would say I wouldn't even know what sleeper simulant is.
Right. So there. So you have no idea what this is. You're getting these guns that say Davlin, blah, 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 blah. Davlin, RAS, R-A-R-S-P-N.
FR or something.
FR001.
Yeah.
So you're like, what the hell is this thing? Oh, I just go turn it in here. Here's rep. Okay, that's a cool way to get rep with him. You know, that helps me bump his rep up. And then, what's it been? 3 weeks? 4 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah,
4.
It's been over a month.
Yeah.
So then a month goes by, and you're just like, you know, you don't think any more about them. You haven't found any more. I damn sure didn't read the numbers when I turned them in, and I knew, you know, we kind of knew what the hell they were.
I didn't know to.
We're like, okay, yeah, okay. Oh, here's this fusion rifle we're supposed to go turn into the gunsmith. Okay, this has got to be part of the sleeper simulant thing. But I never read the numbers. You know, I kind of blew through it a little faster. And then a month goes by as a casual player. And you, oh, hey, what's this mission?
That's yesterday, right?
This is yesterday.
Okay.
So fast forward to yesterday, because nothing happened for that month. You turn these fusion rifle cores in, nothing happens for a whole month. And then you go in this mission. Ooh, what's this first firewall mission? You know, you're oblivious to this. Thousands of people literally on the hunt for this thing. Pretty much the entire time they're playing the game, dedicating their time to finding this gun. So then you go in this mission, and you're like, you know, you go down there and you go in the bunker, and if you read, you're kind of wondering why you're going into Rasputin's bunker. And then these knights spawn in, and that's the only thing that really spawns in. 4 sets of knights, and then an ultra. And then you get this curious transponder.
They'll be stuck with that forever.
You know, you have no idea. You know, it's, oh, okay, I got this to drop. Well, then it's, oh, well, I don't turn it in at the tower.
I'm speaking casually.
Casually. You know, you might go play and never think about it for a little while. And then one day you roll over it. Or maybe you roll over it that night and you see enter passcode. Well, how the hell do I figure this passcode out? Somehow, some way, you come across, if you don't Google it, you know, if you don't go out and physically look for it, and these people find this thing in the game, they somehow have to decipher that a regular knight, that the 4 rows of knights that spawned in were the 4 codes you input. A regular knight was the top switch. A taken knight was the bottom switch. Works like I think they're called dip switches, right?
I would say.
Old school garage door opener, dip switches.
I would say, yes.
Yeah. So up, down, up, down, up, down. 1, 2, you know, on, off, whichever way you want to look at it. Hive knights were up, taken knights were down. So that's where I say we're at least in the company of the 1%ers, because that's a 1%er that finds that out.
You know what I find strange about that, though?
What?
A player that plays that way. Because we play with these people who are
Yeah.
on point and know what's going on. So
Yeah.
I can't say if there's a player that plays casually because we know they're there.
Right.
I would call Judge a little bit of casual.
Judge is more casual. He still plays a good bit, but he's more casual
Because
we had to tell him. You know, we got them in a party that night because I had seen, Bungie had said, this is out for a day. And I told you, I said, Chris, you have to get in here and do this tonight. And you were already in your salty mood and not wanting to get on.
Because I couldn't find a raid group, they were being elitist to me.
Yeah.
At $2.99, you shouldn't be. Anyway.
Yeah.
I have Gjallerhorn, 3 of them.
Why do you still have 3 Gjallerhorns?
Because I don't know what I'm going to do with them.
That's your vault space. Yeah. Anyways.
Anyway.
You know, I convince you, Chris, you have to get on and do this tonight. You have to. It will not be here tomorrow. You will lose out on having this for a little while. No telling how long. And we got other people that we play with every once in a while in this party. Look, have y'all done this? No. What's that? Go do it right
Who?
now. Judge. He
You
had
said,
no idea.
Okay, you said other people, not other
Well,
person.
Boza, but he didn't stay in the party too long because your echo problems you were having. He got pissed off because it was pretty hard to listen to you. But, you know, things like that. That quest has been huge if you take our 1% view out of it and go into a casual player.
Well, then the entire game is going to last you forever.
Yes,
then.
yeah. The entire game is not. It's not meant to be played casually. It is an addicting game, and it's meant to be played that way.
Okay, you've said all that, and I get that. I do.
Yeah.
But I just wish they would have left that to be found.
Yeah.
Because, as I said to you earlier, the entire subreddit and the time and the depth they have
But if they
carved
would have left it to have been found, it would have been found on day 2.
could have been.
And everybody, we all would have had it. The 1%ers would have had it. Because one person finds it, bam, it's on the internet. Everybody finds it.
You know how they say...
Everybody that's on the internet that looks for it will
You ever
find
see those news reports, or not really news reports, but some of those videos is like, watch so-and-so destroy so-and-so's argument. You just destroyed my argument.
it. Yes.
Yeah, I get that. I will shut up. I will shut up.
So, and they can't do it through drops because they'll have a Gjallerhorn issue like they had last year. Because this thing's damn powerful from what I've seen. So they're not going to do it through a drop. They got to do it through a quest, and they want to make it last. And I'm wondering if they did it this weekend because of beta reasons that are getting dropped.
What do you mean?
Battlefront.
Oh,
So now they just dropped this gun.
I should be downloading that right now, and I'm not.
Yeah, you should be. Now you've got this brand new gun out there that everybody's been looking for a month.
That's some smart thinking right there.
Yes, it is.
That's a smart thing.
So, on to something else. Let's put our hats on for a second.
Are we still talking about Sleeper?
Well, we're going back in the raid. Well, it's still kind of speculation stuff.
Because I'm still tagging along like I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I know. Well, this is something we haven't experienced yet.
Okay.
The basketball room. You've heard about this. You've texted me about it. Where you light the switches and get to the secret room in the piston area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't think about
The
that.
basketball room.
I didn't think about that.
Where all you can do is go dunk the relic. That's all you do. There's nothing to that room.
Well, I thought you get a lot of drops and not drops. A lot
There's nothing there.
the room itself.
The room, it's there. It's literally, you got the relic that spawns and a big statue, you go slam it in.
What I read, there's a bunch of things to get there.
Like what?
Did they say runes and such?
Well, runes is the relic. I keep calling it relic, but that's probably my
Saw it on Kotaku,
fault.
and we're doing this off the cuff, so I don't have the...
Well, you need to show me this because, to my knowledge, there's nothing in that room to be found.
I've got a smartphone.
Luke Smith even tweeted out, there is nothing, that is Oryx's basketball court.
I didn't.
So you can go dunk on it. You know, it's just fun to go dunk in Oryx's basketball court. Now, there's some strange things about this tweet.
This makes my hair stick up.
He capitalized the word dunk in the middle of a sentence. He capitalized some strange words just randomly throughout the whole thing. Now, I don't think this was in, hopefully my spin metal hat on, in Bungie fashion, that is not done...
He said spin metal hat.
That is not done unintentional. These words were capitalized for a reason. I want to believe.
I'm trying to pull it up to quote him.
Are you talking about the tweet?
Yes.
Okay. So, if you take every...
I see what you're saying. Let me read this real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Luke on the road at Luke Smith, at this Luke Smith. This is from Twitter. He says, when was this tweeted?
A few days ago.
Oryx's basketball court is a fun Easter egg the team put together. It's just a place to dunk like your neighbor's 8-foot rim. No loot to find. He has capitalized court, the word C in court, the word D in dunk.
Yes. So, now...
And Easter egg is capitalized if that needs
Easter
to be.
egg, I can understand if that was the only thing capitalized other than Oryx in the start of the sentence.
And he used the letter 8, but it's his Twitter.
He used the what now?
He used the letter 8.
Oh, yeah,
I said the letter 8,
that's
everyone.
The letter 8, yes. This is what we got. So if you take out of, Oryx is capitalized, basketball court is capitalized, which should not be. It's not a proper noun.
Right.
Let's get a little grammatical here. Easter egg should not be capitalized.
Are we looking at letters? Is
Yeah.
he spelling something for us, though?
Well, that's what I'm getting to.
Okay. I like to jump the gun.
Dunk is capitalized, which in the middle of a sentence is just insane. The only other thing that's capitalized is no in the beginning of a sentence. So that's fine. So stick with me here. We got OBCEEDN. It's a...
Obscene.
No, it's not. What's it called? I cannot remember the word. I never can. Jumbled up word that you have to decipher.
Or scramble.
Sort of.
An acronym.
Not an acronym. It's called something. Anyways.
Can I buy a vowel?
Yeah. If there, this is where the spin metal hat comes in. You can put it in order of NEED OCB.
Need. OC.
Overcharge buff.
Oh, and you get an overcharge buff from being in there, don't you?
You get an overcharge buff from slamming the relic.
Okay.
So.
Wow.
That's why I say this is not unintentional. These are capitalized for a reason. But what the hell does this overcharge buff do? What does it do for us? There's nothing for us to do there. Unless if this is a heroic part of the mechanic.
Oh, we had to get into the regular raid. We had to get into the heroic.
What do you mean we had to get
We had to do the dunking there.
In the very beginning?
It wasn't dunking, but yeah.
Yeah, you had to go dunk the runes in at the right time.
And we had to do that to get a normal raid.
Yeah, at the very beginning,
Are we
yes.
doing that to get into heroic?
Well, there's only one in there. But, anyways, all speculation aside, this tweet, I think, tells us a lot more because they've never come out and say, there's nothing in this room. Don't
You're
waste
right.
your time.
You're right. They would have said that about Vault of Glass.
Yeah.
The
I
way
mean,
we've coned
we're
it
still
out.
looking for a sixth chest.
Seventh chest, isn't it?
Sixth.
Sixth.
We're still looking for a sixth chest. But they haven't come and told us, hey, you don't look for it, you know. So, and he said in an interview, I will never tell anybody that there is or is not a sixth chest. Said, I will never disclose that information to anybody. So why is he going to sit here and tell us there's no loot in this room?
Let's go raid. Let's turn this off right now.
Yeah. I mean, I want to, but I don't want to spend all night in that because we still haven't beat the damn raid.
That's right. Wow, okay.
We got to beat the raid first.
Let me see
And
this real
also, I saw earlier today, there's a light in one of the rooms that will actually flash the code you're supposed to hit the lamps in.
Yeah, the hidden switches?
The codes in this area, you know, the way to get to that.
Okay.
There's lamps throughout this whole area.
Right.
At these lamps, they have spikes on them. 1 through 6.
This is the picture I showed Triple D, and you saw that too, I assume. Okay, yes.
So, at each of these lamps, there's a lamp with 1 spike, there's a lamp with 2 spikes, there's a lamp with 3 spikes, yada, yada, yada. You have to hit them in a certain order, whatever that order is. I have no idea off the top of my head. 4, 1, 3, blah, blah, you know, whatever.
I'm about to pull it up if you want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Here we go. So, Kingsfall Hidden Room Light Map. They say it's different for each system.
The codes are different. The
Right.
map is the same.
Okay.
But that's what I'm getting to. This room up here, no, not the hidden room. There's a room that we jumped into to get the chest.
Oh, this is the hidden room. Okay.
This is the hidden room you get into. But there's, you know, the other room that we had to get into the chest that was kind of a hard jump to get to.
Yeah.
There's a light up there that will flash the code of what order to hit it in.
Morse code kind of thing?
More like 6 flashes and a pause, and 3 flashes and a pause, and then a
Okay.
long pause at the beginning.
Yeah, it's a Morse code.
So, what's funny is, I think, I'm not sure who found it first, but I think Dado was one of the first ones to put it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
To say, this is what worked for us. We've also seen this code work also on Xbox. And they literally trial and errored the code. Because the reaction of him actually hitting this code was amazing to watch. Because, you know, if you're sitting there trying something for a couple hours and you finally, I mean, what's 6 to the 6th power?
I don't know math. I can't answer that.
I mean, that's how many times you can, you know, try that number. That's how many numbers it can be.
And they got lucky hitting it early.
That's 46,000 combinations of numbers. Now, I know they didn't try 46,000 times, but I mean, that's pretty amazing to get. If you're trying it for 2 hours, you're trying hundreds of codes, and you just stumble upon them.
It would probably be as excited as me going through the Saber Strike and finding those two. Now,
those two ghosts that you didn't look up that just stumbled upon.
in the Saber Strike, if you go get the one up on the tall window, there's a walkway above. If you've got it, you know what I'm talking about. If not,
I don't think I've gotten that one.
when you pass through the room where you see the big window leading down to the strike, jump up the window. There's a ghost on the railing above. Anyway, you go up some stairs and you become parallel to that ghost but behind a glass. This is when Sleeper Stimulant was up my ass and I was like, oh my gosh, we got to be around it somewhere. And I was jumping into holes, killing myself, trying to find rooms.
Right.
I walked by and saw 2 grates. Now you can punch 2 grates to fall below to continue on when you get past the little lightning room thing.
Yeah.
And I said, holy crap, there's a grate. And I punched it and it opened up. And I was like, I swore. And I said, get in here right now. And there's a ghost. Anyway, we found the Sleeper Stimulant. I was just,
I found that ghost. I don't remember finding the other one.
It was right behind you.
Was it?
I think I showed you how to do it.
You may have. I may have it. I don't know.
Well, the hype was real, and I got excited. I thought we found something.
You were at the front of that train.
We found something exciting.
Yeah,
but now
that we didn't look up.
Right now, everyone who's getting on this hidden room, that's got to be incredible. Yes.
Yeah. So that's why hats are on. Something's going on in that room, or something will happen in that room. I believe, because I just don't see why they would tell us nothing's there.
Right.
Why? I mean, I get that they put a lot of things into Vault of Glass that were never used. There were so many nooks and crannies in that raid that were never used. And there's stuff in the jumping puzzle I don't think you've ever been to that I have.
Vault of Glass?
Yes. Through the second tunnel, drop down. There's another tunnel system in there. You may have. But
no, I don't
anyways. I mean, there's nooks and crannies like that, but not a room that has something that you can interact with.
Right.
And then for them to come out and say there's no loot to be found here. When they said, when they won't show us the chest, or when they won't say yes or no, there is a chest still in Vault of Glass, you haven't found it yet, or no, there's not, stop wasting your time.
Wow. That's intriguing.
Yes, it is.
Would you say that... Okay. I'm trying to figure out my words here. They gave us Sleeper.
Yeah.
They didn't really give us anything about this pattern to get into the light room. Had we not have found it, the hidden room.
It's given, we just didn't find it till afterwards.
What was given?
The light flashing.
Oh, okay.
It's in there, it tells you exactly how to get there. It was just not discovered until we were already there.
Okay. I was going to say, they fed us one thing.
Yeah.
Would they feed us something like this, but...
Well, we still don't have no time to explain. The exotic pulse rifle. That gun is yet to pop up.
Maybe a hidden strike thing again. Hopefully it wouldn't duplicate that again. That's cool.
They've said there's things that we have not found yet.
There's PvP events that we're supposed to see. Do you remember hearing about that? There's supposed to be things that happen in PvP.
No, I've never heard that.
I heard it talked about on one other podcast. Cool. But
we need to play more PvP then.
I'm just people be talking about it. Apparently haven't had it. But maybe it was something that was talked about during the live streams back in the summer.
Uh-huh.
And I'm also not speculating. I'm also hearsaying. So
yeah.
Just bringing up what other people who I say have their ears to the tracks as well say. But maybe that. And like I said, there's that thing on the back of the map where the Sleeper Simulant is broken down.
It says PvP.
There's 3 letters near each other, but not aligned. It says PvP, and I don't know if it has anything to do with it. It's on the barrel of the Sleeper Simulant gun.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just things.
Yeah. Speaking of PvP.
Speak about it.
We get Iron Banner back next week.
How much time are you going to give to it?
A lot.
You going for it?
Yes.
I enjoy Iron Banner. It's the only time I'm good at PvP.
I know.
I'm not good at PvP any other time.
I know. I'm going for it. And Trials is coming back too.
We'll never go to the Lighthouse unless someone takes me there.
No, we need to get in and practice and
play
together. I'm not good enough.
I'm not good enough for Trials because I don't know when to be aggressive and back off. If I get a couple shots in, but I'm taking fire, I'll stand there and shoot you.
Yeah, me too. I'm the same way.
I don't want to back off because I got you shot.
Me too. I'm the same way.
I've learned from Iron Banner, don't stay flat-footed.
Yeah.
Which is the easiest thing not to do anyway. But I'm like, I'd rather just see if I can kill you first.
Yeah.
Which is stupid.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know what
Iron
you wrote
Banner
about.
deaths don't matter.
They don't.
I mean, they really don't. Not like Trials. Trials is extreme.
I hope I've got time to play. My time has been taken away severely with everyday life.
Yeah. Well,
I
you're going to
remember-
have to section that time out.
The time Iron Banner before last, I was in there hardcore.
Yep. We
But
both were.
I've got a kitchen remodel to come up. I've got
That's Halloween month.
I've got
you can't
Halloween
remodel
month.
that kitchen. We got stuff to do in a few weeks.
got haunted houses to go to.
Yeah, that
If we ever
too.
go. The fair's happening now.
Yeah, but y'all aren't going to that.
We're not seeing
Y'all
it.
denied me my Hulk eating.
You're what?
You said what I need to do
Oh.
to be more like Hulk is go eat. And I'm already damn big enough.
You took that way out of context.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. That's
I
exactly
said-
what you said.
I didn't say go
You
in.
said eat more pizza, and
I did not.
What'd you say?
I said-
Bullshit. I will pull up the text.
Okay, but here's what I'm saying. Okay, you
Go ahead.
said you don't need to be in spandex, and randomly I threw in there because it had something to do with what we said. A cousin of mine wins body change
Yeah.
contest by eating crappy food for
Yeah.
a week and eating it hard, then not eating it for a week.
Yeah.
And he's already a built dude anyway, so he just gets bloated, then gets unbloated, and he wins. I wouldn't say anything about you.
Anyways.
I was just saying.
Anyways. I was trying to go to the fair to eat, and y'all don't.
I want to go to the fair too. I don't eat that food, but I want that food.
Yeah, that food's good.
Like fried butter, fried toenails.
I'm not
all
eating no
that.
fried butter.
I would try it.
It's just.
I'm a
I
healthy
can't
guy,
imagine it.
but I would try it.
I can't imagine
I
it.
want a sample platter, 7 by 5
No, I
Oreos.
wouldn't mind getting some fried Oreos. Those are amazing.
I just want one of them.
God, they're so good. Well, you get like 5 with the order, but we could split an order because they're so rich. You can't eat 5 of them.
When's the last day of this thing?
Sunday.
Saturday. We'll
It's
have
this
to
weekend.
figure out how we can go to that. Anyway, going back to Iron Banner.
Yeah, get back off of real life.
We've all been blessed with exotic swords. I want to take that in there and just get into somebody holding a flag and spin around with a void sword
Yeah,
and kill everybody. But I will probably not make
you
it
will
that
probably
close.
die. Yeah,
Probably won't make it that close.
that's what the guard's for.
Oh, I've never used that. Yeah, we got our exotic
That's-
swords. That was fun.
Yeah,
I
that was
enjoyed that
tough.
quest.
See, you had fun doing that because you didn't try it without us. I did. I had my sword long before y'all two did.
Did you?
Yep.
Your phone just got hit by lightning.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had my sword long before y'all did, or at least the quest to get not the
I
sword,
was like, no, you didn't.
the exotic
used it the same
side
day.
of it, the exotic strike part of it.
Okay.
I had that long before you did, or we had it at the same time, but I had time to try to get it. I tried to pick up a group, couldn't get a group because the Black Spindle stuff was going on. So I tried to matchmake.
God, you stink.
That didn't happen. He's not talking to me either. He's talking to a dog.
If you heard that.
I tried to matchmake again. That didn't happen. I think I tried 4 times with matchmade, and it just could not happen.
Are you talking about killing the knights?
Killing the knights.
And
One
killing
time
Dark
with
Hole,
matchmaking,
dude.
we got so close.
You tried that without us? I
Yeah.
feel betrayed.
Well, you didn't have the quest. You didn't
I
have
don't
the,
feel
you didn't
betrayed,
have the
man.
strike.
I still feel betrayed.
Well, you can get over it. Because I was trying to do it for us to make it easier the second time we go
have
through
the
it.
sword?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was trying to help us out by doing it first and getting it first.
That's what my wife says.
Um,
That makes no sense. I'm sorry.
the last time I tried without doing it, before we did it together, we had him so close, but I jumped the gun, and I'll admit it. We were match made. There was no communication whatsoever. We still had all 3 knights fully up because we had no idea what swords we had. And we were shooting him. He was down to a sliver of health. And he did his disappear with a roar. And I thought he was dead. So it's like, oh shit, kill the knights. Because I think they despawn if you kill him. Well, I kill the knights and then he pops up. And I'm like, shit.
What did the guys say in your group? Or were you talking?
There was no communication whatsoever. They start killing their knights as I kill mine. And we almost get him dead. I mean, we had to do... You had to kill him 30 seconds. I think we had 45. I mean, it was that close. But we didn't get it, of course. So me, you, and Devin went and did it. You had the strike at that time. I had it. Devin had not. He slacked off.
He still hasn't got his sword.
He does now.
Okay.
Well, he doesn't have his sword. He's got the ability to do the strike because
That's
remember,
right.
there's where you had to wait for Arms Day.
Yep.
And when we three did it and we knew what was going on, talked through it, it's tough because we were underleveled, essentially. Yeah, because I didn't have my 310 exotic or the 310 sword. We were underleveled by a few light levels at least. Devin was a good 10 under, almost maybe eight or 9, and it was tough, but it was doable and it was very manageable.
Yep.
And it was so much easier with that communication there. Now with me and Devin both with exotic swords, it's going to be easy in there.
What do we need to get another exotic for? Our other characters?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. That you don't like the idea of that either.
Only because we put so much time into it. I know we've done it before. We can streamline the time we took.
Yes.
But that's a lot. That's that work again. I'm still trying to progress in this new stuff, but we're going to go back and do it again.
That's what I'm saying. You're at the end of your quest on your main.
Gotta kill orcs.
You got to kill orcs. I agree. I still have to kill orcs. You got to do the Crucible bounty if you want to do that, which I don't really care to do it. I've stopped on that one completely because people that have it, they say it takes them 3 to 4 hours on a good day to push the bounties out for the week. If you do them all at once. And then you get Nightfall tier rewards that aren't that great. Speaking of which, I hadn't run Nightfall in 2 weeks.
I've forgotten how the Nightfall is important to the Destiny world. It's not.
They took every good thing away from the Nightfall.
You said that 2 weeks ago, and I was like, no, because I'm still in year 1
Blasphemy is what you said.
Yeah, but
you see my ways.
I've been thinking. I was like, well, I got to do Nightfall. Well, not really.
No, what's the point?
I don't get a buff. I might get something cool, but
you
I
might
don't care.
You might get something cool, but really, we did our 3 of coins farming. So what other exotic are you going to get to drop? There's a couple that we can get to drop.
I want to know, like they talked about that when we did the exotic coin, the 3 of coins farming, that there's a lot of the same drops coming out of these pools of exotics. I don't know where that boundary is. So if I've got the majority of these, I would probably stop. Yeah. I've been using them just as I go.
That's how they're meant to be used. That's how I use them.
You're right. And
because now, once you get above that gate that's blocking you into that 300 area, you can get 310 exotics.
Okay.
So, like my 4th horseman that dropped, I finally got a 4th horseman. It took a while, but both you and Devin got one early, like within the first day or 2. I never got one. My 4th horseman was dropped to the 310 because I was over 300.
That's exactly right.
So now it's more of a reason to use them now for me because I can start getting my exotics at 310.
I got 3 last night doing the Warsat chasing, which anyone
3?
who's done that, I got them consecutively too.
Wow!
While I was out there, I was killing all the taking lieutenants and what they call the big guy that comes out,
the
zealot,
or a champion.
Okay, I killed one on a couple planets, and then I'm here. Might as well keep going. Pop a coin.
Yeah,
and I got a Void Fang vestments again.
Yeah,
4th time. The Alchemist robes, I believe, which that's the first time I've gotten that one. That's cool looking. The chest changes. Cool. Yeah. And there's some helmet I got. I believe it was Mask of the Third Man again.
That's good.
But that worked well, using it as it should be. But like I said, I want to use those, but I want to know the table.
Yeah.
Like if I've got everything, then
I think
I'll
the
stop.
table is pretty much go look at the blueprints, and what you see, you're going to be able to get minus. You can't get the swords. You can't get your Tlaloc or whatever, however you pronounce it.
I say Tlaloc. I don't know.
Tlaloc. You can't get the Ace of Spades. You can't get the Fabian Strategy.
Right.
You can get the year 1s that come over.
Well, that's right. Okay, right. But that's why I say if they're going to release more, I'll stop and wait for more to be released, more year 1s.
Yeah.
But I'm hooked up with exotic stuff. But
yeah. See, I still have yet to get a Zalo. Zalo or Zahalo or whatever it's called.
Which one is this?
The Arc AK that shoots chain lightning.
Yeah.
I want that gun, but it will not drop for me.
There was a post on Reddit about...
So I told you read it.
I do. There was a post on Reddit about what we think is random. I was going to bring up for this show, but we kind of just threw this together. I don't have any notes and everything. It was what a computer sees as random versus what we see as random, and there's a scientific, psychological name for that, and I forgot what that's called now. But a computer would see a random as 3 things dropping in a row, or 3 consecutive of something.
Yeah.
Something different. 2 of the same thing.
Yeah.
Another thing. Humans see random as something different every time.
Yeah.
So when we're forced to look at a group of things, a computer sees a lot of the stuff like we got dropped off of 3 coins as random, because that's what RNG is.
Yeah.
And that's how RNG has cursed us, we think. But
well,
we don't look at it the same way a computer does what random is. We think random's got to be different every time.
But you shouldn't. I decrypted, what is it, last week with the helmets. I just could not resist and switched to another character because I have all the Titan ones. So I switched to a Warlock to try to get a couple of them, and got 5 stags.
5 stags.
Or 3 or 4. I think I bought 4. Got 4 stags off all 4 Ingrams.
That does suck.
That's a little consecutive.
It's still random.
It's random.
Within a certain pool.
I get that it's random.
That's why I say within a certain pool, what is available? I wish we knew. I'm sure we can combine or compare notes and get an idea.
Well, we kind of know what comes out of quests.
Yeah.
So you take, they give you a list of exotics. If it's not in the armory, you know it's not going to come from a drop. So there's your pool. You might have to go out and look for it, but I'm sure we could sit here and create a list in 5 minutes of exactly what comes out of that pool.
Right.
To really narrow down to see what you don't have. You don't have a last word.
I finally got one of those.
Did you? Oh,
a 290. I don't want to use it though.
Well, that might be good for next week.
So anyway, I've
thought about buying one. Okay, so you don't have a Suros, do you?
Never got one of those yet.
Okay, that can.
Triple D got one.
No, he bought one.
He bought one.
I think that can drop. I don't see why they would ever make us just buy that. I think that can drop. We know a Monte Carlo can drop. We've both gotten multiples.
And the Hawk Moon.
The Hawk Moon can drop. The Invective can drop. Fourth Horseman can drop.
That's all I've seen. That's every single one.
I had not seen a Truth or Thunderlord drop yet, but I think I've read of somebody getting one dropped. Hereafter can drop.
I got that, but not... Well, wait a minute. I got one of those from...
Yep.
Yes, okay.
Yep.
I got it Hereafter.
What else do we got? I don't know what the other special... The Telesto can drop.
Have not gotten one of those.
That's freaking awesome.
Jelly.
I don't know. I'm sure we can keep going through a list. But, the pool is small because a lot of them are tied to quest.
Very true, yes.
So, I think that's why we keep getting duplicates. I think the pool is smaller than what it was in year 1.
And if you go get them all at once, it looks that small too.
Yeah. Yeah. Which we did for a little while.
I still missed that. It didn't do with any other character.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Now, as far as armor goes, I've only tried in the Warlock.
Yeah.
Have you seen the same stuff drop as a Titan?
What do you mean?
I got Void Fang, Protocol, a lot.
I think it leans,
a lot.
I think it tends to lean towards the character you're on, but it will definitely drop, at least with Xur Ingrams, they will definitely drop cross character.
I've got a couple hundreds, yes.
I've gotten a couple on my Titan, but I think I've gotten every Titan exotic there is. I think I'm back full on exotics armor wise for a Titan. If I'm missing something, I'm missing the chest, but I'm pretty sure I got the chest. I know I have the 3 arms and the 5 helmets.
I was getting Alpha Lupi, and I've got 2 Mask of Third Men.
Yeah.
Mans.
Mans.
And
see, I haven't found a Mask of Third Man again.
I got some boots.
I could always buy it, but I haven't. I got better shit to spend marks on.
You know how there's been that talk about Xur? That's something we didn't go over either. How he was kind of changed as the guaranteed loot drop for everybody.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Xur's new role of... Well, I think he's still kind of that, but not so much. as he was.
Are you talking about them bringing a Ingram or a weapon?
He may or may not bring
A weapon.
Yeah.
Essentially. He doesn't bring he's not guaranteed to bring a weapon.
There you go.
He will bring 3 armor pieces, 1 for each class, but he will not bring a weapon every week. And I kind of don't like it.
Because you don't have an opportunity to get it if you don't get it out in the world?
Right.
Okay.
But, I mean, I guess it really isn't that big of a deal because the 3 of coins is there. See, I was under the impression when they released that in the update, we were going to get a armor Ingram, head, body, chest, or head, arms, and chest, or we were going to get a weapon Ingram. So I was under the impression that, hey, the second week, first week we got whatever, helmet Ingrams. Second week we were going to get a primary Ingram or a secondary or heavy Ingram, which would have been pretty cool because you buy the shit out of them and get all the weapons. And I think that's why they didn't do that. But come to find out, second week they sold Hawkmoon or something like that. Mm-hmm. So you got that one gun to buy. That's all you could buy. But, I mean, it doesn't really... I guess the tables are so small now, it really doesn't matter. I'm still buying what I don't have when he has it.
I'm not in collect mode anymore where I was. I just need to get light up, which I'm fine now, and now it's probably pick what I've got that's got the best to help me in the world.
Yeah.
Depending on subclass.
Yeah.
But as far as, I can't wait to see what Xur has got, I don't really care to go.
Yeah, I mean,
visit him.
I'll go visit to buy stuff, but it's not like, well, I guess I still am that way. I still look first thing in the morning to see what he's selling.
That's where I've lost it with him.
See, I will look in the morning to see exactly what he's selling.
Usually in our group text between Eclipse, myself, and Triple D, someone will post, here's what Xur's got, here's where he's located. And I kind of wait around to see what you guys tell me instead of me going to find it. And I used to tweet about it, but now it's kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
But it depends on your game style. Like, if you're a collector, you're going to hit Xur.
Yeah. I'm still a collector.
If you're trying to get light up, you're going to hit Xur. But
Gotta collect them all. No, you're not going to collect. You're not going to go hit up Xur to collect light.
Not light. Well, when I was getting my light up before we got where I was.
The stuff you buy from him is $280.
Well,
unless you get it out of an Ingram and it's $290 or $310 if you're above $300, but you're not.
Well, I dated myself. I was speaking in the frame of when I was like, okay, I'm trying to gain light when I was 260, 230.
Yeah, you will gain some them. Yes,
I didn't catch myself up.
Yes,
I just don't see the point of having him feed us like he did, and now
what I kind of like is he's feeding us 280 gear, which means if you buy it from him, it ain't what you find it. It's not how you find it. It's going to be lower, and it's going to take a couple more steps to infuse it to get it up if you want to use it. Like, if you actually want to use that gear, you're going to have to bring that gear up and work to bring that gear up and have those drops to be able to bring it up.
Yeah, I have barely got any that are over where I'm at, too.
Yeah, I mean, I think my blinding helmet's a 294. I've only put one thing into it because I've been dumping it into my legendary stuff so I don't have to be tied to a exotic. I would rather have legendary stuff and then work on my exotics as they go up. Yes. Or, as you gain that level.
Well, I need to hit more areas of dropping more 290 and above stuff. I guess that's raid stuff. And get to 300 so that gets more chances for that because I'm stuck at 299. One more light will get me there because I'm right there.
Go through the raid one more time. I'm sure you'll be above 299. Oh, gosh. We need to do this weekend. We need to do that this weekend.
We said the word feed, and my dogs are sitting here looking at me like, what's up with that? I'm sorry.
She did just run upstairs, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
Maybe she's looking for the food.
Maybe that's a good time to close. I got House of Wolves to feed.
Yes, you do.
Unless there's something
else. This House of Wolves looks like she's about to hump my leg, but she just wants attention.
She'll get up on it. She's been watching Mom at work. Oh, wait. Sarah will never hear this. Well, if there's anything we need to cover, we'll continue going, but I think we can come to a close.
I think we're good.
Episode 15 in the bags.
Yep.
Now, we're inconsistent releasing these shows as we go. My headphone broke, yet another block in our path. We're still going to keep walking.
I don't know if it broke. I think it got chewed up.
No, it broke. It was it was on my head when it broke.
Oh.
The little retaining thing that kept the strap on.
I thought you said the dogs got a hold of it.
No, y'all said it looked like it.
Oh, okay.
Or Devin did. So my headset broke, which is why we're sitting here together with a Rock Band mic that I found in the dumpster.
Yep, we've done this before.
Taped to a camera tripod.
Yep.
Which is shoved into the couch cushion so it holds itself.
Improvising.
And you can't keep a podcast down if you try.
Yeah.
Anyway, so episode 15, we're struggling, but we're going to keep going. We might do every 2 weeks here and there.
We need to get back consistent.
One of the best things to do to keep a podcast going is be consistent.
Yep.
I learned that when I was reading about this stuff. But if you don't see us for a week, we're going to be back the week before, but we're going to try to get back on the week schedule. Bear with us. I'm hoping Christmas time brings us better podcasting gear. We've talked about that a lot. Black Friday's only
Black Friday ain't going to have anything.
50 days away.
I bet they don't do anything this year, just like last year.
Amazon, these other places. At the time of this podcast, Black Friday is 50 days away. But you never know.
I'll take that back. That wasn't Black. We weren't doing this last Black Friday. That was the Amazon day. We were looking for the Blue Yetis to go on sale.
Oh yeah.
Remember that? Whatever day that was, it was supposed to be bigger than Black Friday, and it ended up being a bunch of junk.
That was ass.
Yes,
that was ass day.
Yes.
That was horrible. Oh yeah.
But Cyber Monday will probably be better for that instead of Black Friday.
Well,
but I'll keep my eye out and let you know if I see anything.
We're looking for mics. I need another hard drive. I wouldn't mind getting a mixer. I don't know if I'll go that far. Just because I'd like to use what's that software that Adobe has? Audition.
Yeah.
But anyway, Audacity's working just fine. So anyway, episode 15. We're rambling now. We're gonna come back with episode 16.
Yep. Maybe next week. Maybe the week after.
We'll try. Anyway, well, that's all I got. This is Cobra saying peace out.
Goodbye.